Hey guys, Brandon Woolum hanging out with Jordan Smith here in Nashville at the premiere of Tommee Profitt's new project. How are you, man? Good to see you. Got you down in Nashville.
So good. Good to see you.
Yeah, so this project here, Reimagining Hymns, something you know a little bit about.
But, a little bit.
But this time it's a little different. These were really changing up. Talk about that process of taking these old hymns and the hymn that you were a part of and reimagining Tommee Profitt style.
Yeah, I think I just did a hymns project myself where we sort of did a reimagining of hymns, but it was wildly different, as you mentioned. And I think that speaks to the message of these songs and how they all hit us differently. And just being a creative and how we can all see something different, feel something different from these songs. So it's been really fun to be a part of this project and see them taken even in a totally unique direction, to see how Tommee has used his gift to bring out parts of these songs and parts of these messages that I didn't even realize some of these songs said such deeply profound things, because I've been singing them my whole life and they just seem sort of like routine. And so to be a part of that and to experience it in this way has just brought like fresh inspiration and given me like a fresh perspective on the story of Jesus and the truth of the gospel.
Yeah, a lot of these artists, when you talk to them, you've worked with Tommee in the past. When artists first work with him, they talk about how much he challenges them to hit some of these notes that are way out of their range. Somebody like you that has kind of that high range, what kind of challenges does he toss your way even?
For me, I love to sing. I consider myself a singer first. I feel like I'm known as the guy who sings. And so I've written with Tommee. I've done lots of different things with him. But when you step up to the microphone and sing with Tommee, it's not, for me at least, it's not as much of a challenge of what's the highest note or what's the most epic thing you can do, that he really challenges me to like really dig deep and capture the best performance and the strongest emotion that I can from what I'm saying. So I can never just step up to the microphone and phone it in and sing the high notes, but I really am challenged by him to dig deep and to mean every single word I'm saying, to connect emotionally, spiritually with the content of the song. And that was a real, I think, important point for this song specifically because it is so emotional. And I remember walking away from the experience just being so moved, even just by singing it myself. I was moved, Tommee was moved. You could just feel in the atmosphere of the room. And that's because he really pushes you to give your absolute best and to connect as much as you can to really put your heart and soul into the song.
Yeah, you talked about your hymn project. You've been deep diving into these older songs the past couple of years. As you've went through these two projects, is there a line in a hymn that really resonates with you a lot more now than it did when you started this process?
There are so many. We were just talking about this. There are so many. But there's actually a line that is in My Jesus, I Love Thee, the song I got to do. And it's one of the it's like the third verse. It's something that you typically would gloss over. But Tommee took that line and made it a chorus. And it says, I will praise thee as long as thou lendest me breath. And that's just something we sing and it sounds pretty, but when you really think about the fact that every day is a gift from the Lord and even our breath has been borrowed from him and that he gives us, the gift of life, and it really causes you to step back and be grateful and to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. And so I've just been, since listening to this, performing it, it's just been rolling over in my heart and my spirit, and that's really affected the way that I view my own life and the gift that it is.
Yeah, throughout your career, you've been around all the cameras with the TV shows, the Gaither projects. This time, though, I'm guessing an even bigger visual experience. Talk about this compared to the visuals of the past of Jordan Smith projects.
Yeah, this was definitely unique in the way that we had so many people involved. I mean, when you stepped into the room, into the studio, there were just a wall of people. And being able to connect with them in person, you're not just hearing them on the track in your headphones, but you're in the room with them, experiencing them. Everyone's singing from their heart. The musicians are playing from their heart. Tommee's there. I'm there. It was just such a powerful experience for all of us to be there together and to lift up this sound of worship and praise that this album is. It truly is a worship album. And so for me to get to experience that in person and be in the room, it just impacts you differently. And when you listen to it, it brings back all those memories of how incredible that was. And so I was just really grateful to get to be in the room and be a part of it.
Yeah, I love it. Well, you guys can see it this Friday, March 27th, maybe out there when you're seeing this in your feeds. Good seeing you, Jordan.
Good to see you.
Yeah.